What you eat for breakfast sets the tone for your entire day. And if you're over 60, the wrong breakfast choices can be especially harmful. From spiking your blood sugar to triggering inflammation and even increasing your risk of stroke or heart disease, certain popular breakfast foods are doing far more damage than you think. In this video, we reveal the 4 worst offenders hiding in your morning routine. These are foods many seniors eat every day without realizing the toll they're taking on energy, memory, digestion, and long-term health. But don't worry, we'll also share easy swaps that protect your body and give your brain the fuel it needs to thrive. Let's dive in. For many older adults, breakfast is the most consistent meal of the day. You wake up, pour your coffee, and go for the same toast, cereal, or juice you've had for years. But what if that comforting ritual is actually accelerating aging? Breakfast can either be your greatest health ally or your most dangerous trap. And the worst part? The foods we're about to uncover are marketed as healthy. Many breakfast staples are ultra-processed, loaded with sugar, or devoid of the nutrients your aging body needs. And over time, these choices add up, causing weight gain, blood sugar crashes, joint pain, poor focus, and even increased risk of dementia. The good news? Reversing course is easier than you think. In this video, we'll expose the 4 breakfast foods seniors should avoid at all costs, explain exactly why they're harmful, and give you simple, satisfying alternatives. Whether you're managing diabetes, high cholesterol, or just want to feel your best, making better breakfast decisions can be a game changer. Let's start with the first food to drop immediately from your plate. Let's start with the first food that's quietly doing damage: breakfast cereals. We're not talking about just the colorful, sugary ones aimed at kids. Even the so-called healthy cereals marketed to adults, bran flakes, granola clusters, or muesli, can be hiding shocking amounts of added sugars and refined grains. Here's what happens when you pour that bowl in the morning. Those fast-digesting carbs spike your blood sugar within minutes. Your body releases a flood of insulin to bring that sugar back down, but it often overshoots, leading to a crash mid-morning. That's when you feel tired, irritable, or suddenly hungry again. This constant sugar roller coaster takes a toll, especially after 60. It increases the risk of insulin resistance, which is a direct path to type 2 diabetes, belly fat, and even Alzheimer's, sometimes called type 3 diabetes. And get this, many cereals that say whole grain on the label are still overprocessed and stripped of fiber. Without enough fiber, the carbs hit your bloodstream like a freight train. You also miss out on the fullness and gut-healing benefits of real whole grains. So what should you do instead? Opt for whole, intact grains like steel-cut oats or barley. Top it with a handful of berries and a sprinkle of chia or flax seeds. You'll get fiber, healthy fats, and slow-digesting carbs that fuel your brain and keep your blood sugar steady. Next on the list, and this one might surprise you, is processed breakfast meats like bacon, sausage, or ham. These are staples in many traditional breakfasts, but they're some of the worst offenders for heart and brain health. Why? It's not just the saturated fat, though that's part of the problem. It's the nitrates and nitrites used to cure and preserve these meats. These chemicals have been linked to inflammation in the blood vessels, oxidative stress, and a higher risk of strokes and certain cancers. One large study from the British Medical Journal found that people who ate processed meats regularly had a significantly higher chance of dying from cardiovascular disease. And seniors, whose arteries are already more vulnerable, are especially at risk. Then there's the salt. One slice of bacon can contain over 200 milligrams of sodium. Start adding sausage, and you're well on your way to exceeding your daily limit before lunch. High sodium intake is one of the leading causes of high blood pressure, which is a major risk factor for both heart attacks and strokes. But don't worry, you don't have to give up savory breakfasts. Instead, try plant-based options like tempeh or lentil patties. Or if you eat meat, go for lean, nitrate-free turkey or chicken that's been minimally processed. Add avocado and eggs for healthy fats and protein. Making this one change can significantly reduce your morning inflammation and improve your long-term vascular health. Now let's talk about something almost everyone has had at least once a week: pastries and breakfast breads. Things like muffins, croissants, bagels, and even toast made from white bread. They may feel comforting, especially with a hot cup of coffee, but they come with a hidden cost. They're full of refined flour, low in fiber, and often packed with hidden sugars and unhealthy fats. Here's why this matters. White flour behaves almost exactly like sugar in your body. It breaks down quickly into glucose, triggering blood sugar spikes and crashes, similar to eating candy for breakfast. These fluctuations can cause fatigue, brain fog, and over time, increase the risk of metabolic syndrome. Many seniors already struggle with slower digestion, and pastries only make it worse. The lack of fiber contributes to constipation, gut imbalance, and poor absorption of nutrients. That's a triple threat to energy, immunity, and even mood. What about that bran muffin? Sorry, it's often no better. Commercially made muffins usually contain more sugar than a donut, and they're made with low-quality oils that promote inflammation. Even whole wheat toast can be problematic if it's made with enriched flour instead of true whole grains. So what can you eat instead? Try a slice of sprouted grain toast with almond butter, or a chia seed pudding made with unsweetened almond milk and cinnamon. These options are high in fiber, plant-based protein, and omega-3s, all of which support brain health and stable energy. Swapping out pastries for these smarter choices helps keep your blood sugar stable, your gut happy, and your mind clear, all before 9 a.m. Let's move on to one of the most deceptively marketed breakfast items: flavored yogurts and fruit on the bottom cups. At first glance, yogurt seems like a healthy choice. It's got protein, calcium, probiotics, right? But once you flip the label, the truth becomes clear. Most flavored yogurts, especially low-fat or fruit varieties, are loaded with added sugars. In fact, a single 6-ounce serving can have up to 20 grams of sugar. That's 5 teaspoons. Would you ever add that much sugar to a glass of milk or a piece of fruit? Probably not. And it's not just sugar. Some brands add thickeners, artificial flavorings, and colorings. Even worse, low-fat versions often remove the natural fat your body needs and replace it with starches or sweeteners to make up for the texture and flavor. This combination, low-fat, high-sugar, is a disaster for seniors. It spikes insulin, promotes belly fat, and can worsen memory, especially for those already experiencing age-related cognitive decline. Plus, excess sugar feeds harmful gut bacteria, increasing your risk for bloating, fatigue, and poor immune function. So what's the better choice? Go for plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt or kefir. Add your own fruit, like blueberries or a few slices of banana, and sprinkle some cinnamon or crushed walnuts on top. You control the sweetness, you keep the fiber, and you avoid the metabolic chaos. And if dairy doesn't agree with you, there are great non-dairy alternatives like coconut or almond yogurt. Just make sure they're unsweetened and have added probiotics. Breakfast should feed your gut, not feed inflammation. And ditching those sugar-loaded yogurt cups is a great place to start. Now that we've covered the 4 worst offenders: cereal, processed meat, pastries, and sugary yogurts, let's talk about how to rebuild your breakfast plate in a way that fuels your body, protects your heart, and sharpens your mind well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. The ideal senior breakfast needs 3 key elements: stable energy from fiber-rich complex carbs, muscle and brain support from healthy protein, hormone and heart support from good fats. Let's break these down with some real examples. First, complex carbs. Instead of instant oatmeal or white toast, opt for steel-cut oats, quinoa, or sprouted grain bread. These give you fiber and slow-digesting energy that won't spike your blood sugar. Add some fruit like berries or apple slices for natural sweetness and antioxidants. Want something savory? Try a sweet potato hash or sautéed vegetables with garlic and olive oil. Next, protein. This is especially important for older adults because we lose muscle faster with age. A high-protein breakfast helps preserve strength and keeps you fuller, longer. Great options include eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a plant-based protein smoothie with spinach, hemp seeds, and almond butter. Don't shy away from eggs. They're nutrient powerhouses packed with choline, B12, and protein. Unless your doctor specifically advises against them, most seniors can safely enjoy 1 to 2 eggs a day. If you prefer meat, choose lean, nitrate-free turkey or chicken sausage. Or go meatless with tofu scramble, black bean patties, or nut butter on whole grain toast. Finally, healthy fats. These are vital for brain health and hormone balance. Add a few slices of avocado, a handful of walnuts, or a spoonful of ground flax seeds to your breakfast. Use olive oil instead of butter, or drizzle tahini over roasted veggies. Don't forget hydration. Many seniors wake up dehydrated. Start your morning with a glass of filtered water, warm lemon water, or herbal tea. It's a small move that supports blood pressure, digestion, and alertness. Still need inspiration? Here are 3 senior-friendly breakfast combos. Option 1. Sweet and energizing. Steel-cut oats, blueberries, chia seeds, dollop of Greek yogurt, cinnamon, and a splash of almond milk. Option 2. Savory and satisfying. 2 scrambled eggs with spinach, 1/2 avocado, 1 slice sprouted toast, herbal tea. Option 3. On-the-go smoothie. Unsweetened almond milk, handful of spinach, 1/2 banana, scoop of protein powder or hemp seeds, spoonful of almond butter, ice and cinnamon. Each of these takes less than 10 minutes to prepare and delivers everything your aging body needs to thrive in the morning, without the blood sugar spikes, bloating, or brain fog. When you make these shifts consistently, the results speak for themselves. Better energy, clearer thinking, fewer cravings, and a reduced risk of heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Swapping out even one bad breakfast food can lead to noticeable improvements in just a few weeks. Your gut, brain, and heart will thank you. Let's face it, many of us grew up thinking toast, orange juice, and a muffin was a good start to the day. But science now tells a different story. For seniors, especially, those traditional breakfasts are often doing more harm than good. But the good news? Your body is incredibly responsive to change even after 60. When you give it the right fuel in the morning, everything shifts. Blood sugar stabilizes, inflammation goes down, your thinking gets clearer, and you start the day on a much stronger note. Remember, the worst breakfast foods, sugary cereals, processed meats, pastries, and sweetened yogurts, might be convenient, but they carry a cost. They feed the diseases we're trying to avoid. But when you switch them out for fiber-rich carbs, healthy fats, and real protein, you're not just eating, you're healing. Morning is your foundation. You can't control everything in life, but you can control what goes on your plate at 8 a.m. Start tomorrow. One change, one better choice, That's all it takes to begin reversing the damage and reclaiming your health. You might be wondering, what if I've already been eating these unhealthy breakfasts for years? Is the damage already done? The truth is, it's never too late to change. Studies show that even modest dietary improvements in older adults can yield significant benefits. In one 12-week study, seniors who switched from processed breakfast foods to whole, nutrient-dense meals saw improvements in blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and cognitive function. That's just 3 months. Why does this work so fast? Because your body is constantly regenerating. Your gut lining renews every 5 days. Red blood cells turn over every 3 months. Your brain forms new neural connections every day. And what you feed your body either helps or hinders that process. Breakfast, more than any other meal, sets your tone for the day. It influences how you feel, how you think, and even how you move. A sugary muffin can lead to a mid-morning energy crash. A protein-rich egg and veggie scramble can keep you satisfied and steady until lunch. This is especially important for seniors who are managing chronic conditions. Whether it's diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, or memory decline, your breakfast either fights the inflammation or fuels it. And don't underestimate the emotional power of a good breakfast. Starting the day with a nourishing meal sends a powerful message. I'm worth taking care of. That mindset alone can lead to better choices throughout the day. If you've been feeling sluggish, foggy, or low on energy, start here. You don't need a fancy meal plan or a health coach. You need one good breakfast decision, and then another the next day. Momentum builds, and before long, you've built a new habit. Let's recap the biggest takeaways. Avoid these 4 common breakfast traps. Sugary cereals, processed meats like bacon and sausage, pastries and muffins, flavored yogurts with added sugars. These foods spike your blood sugar, inflame your gut, cloud your mind, and increase your risk for heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline. Instead, embrace meals that combine complex carbs like oats or sweet potatoes, lean protein like eggs, Greek yogurt or beans, healthy fats like avocado, flax seeds, or olive oil. And don't forget your hydration. Start your day with a glass of water before that coffee. Changing your breakfast could change your whole health trajectory. It's not about giving up everything you love. It's about choosing what loves you back. Imagine waking up with energy instead of grogginess. Imagine walking without pain, thinking clearly, and enjoying meals without guilt or sugar crashes. That future is built one plate at a time, and breakfast is where it starts. Even if you just make one swap this week, say trade sugary cereal for steel-cut oats, you're already moving in the right direction. Small changes create big outcomes when done consistently. Don't be discouraged by how long you've had bad habits. Your body wants to heal. It's designed for resilience. When you feed it better, it performs better at any age. You deserve a vibrant, energetic morning. You deserve a breakfast that supports your brain, heart, and muscles, not one that sabotages them. Let's make that happen starting tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button so more people can discover these important tips. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more practical, science-backed advice tailored for seniors who want to stay sharp, strong, and independent. What's your current breakfast routine? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear what works for you and what changes you're thinking about. And don't forget to check the description. We've included a free downloadable healthy breakfast guide for seniors with recipe ideas, shopping lists, and tips to make mornings easier and more energizing. Until next time, take care of your body, Fuel your mornings right, and never stop choosing health, because the best years of your life are still ahead.